Hello, my name is Andre Acevedo. Today I'm going to teach you how to construct bebop lines using 4-note cells. We are going to use the bridge to Have You Met Miss Jones. Here is an example of a bebop line that you can create over the bridge of Have You Met Miss Jones using 4-note cells. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. This is what I'm doing. I am taking 4 basic patterns that you probably learn in your jazz improvisation classes. I'm taking the very common patterns 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, 7, 3, 5, 7, 9, and going up as well as going down. For the example, I wrote this out for concert instruments, E minor 7 as well as A7, which is the 4th measure of the bridge. For the B flat instruments, that is F sharp minor 7 and B7. For the E flat instruments, that is C sharp minor 7 and F sharp 7. I'm going to play all the patterns on my alto sax. I will be putting all these notes on the screen for you to follow along and play along. Here is the 4-note cell for 1, 2, 3, 5. This is the first chord of the 4th measure. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to go down 5, 3, 2, 1. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. The next pattern is 1, 3, 5, 7. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Next I'm going to play down 7, 5, 3, 1. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. The third is 3, 5, 7, 9. You will commonly find in jazz improvisation that soloists tend to avoid landing on the root. You will find in bebop language that a really good note to land on will be the 3rd. Advanced improvisers tend to avoid landing on the root or the 5th. Here is an example of going 3, 5, 7, 9. Again on the first chord of the 4th measure of the bridge. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Now here it is in reverse, 9, 7, 5, 3. 1, 2, 3. Finally, I told you there would be 7, and here is the 7th one. This one is very special. I associate this particular lick with Jamie Aebersold because in his practice series from a few decades ago, it was very common to use this pattern in many keys. That pattern is very important and works very well because it helps you land on the 3rds. Like I already said, landing on the 3rd is very good in jazz improvisation. It also helps you connect the 7 to the 3rd, which is very good voice leading. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. That is a 2 chord, the first part of a 2, 5, 1 progression. Now I'm going to go through the exact same sequence of all of the 4-note cells over the 5 chord. For concert instruments, this is A7. For B flat instruments, this is G7. And for E flat instruments, this is F sharp 7. 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. 5, 2, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3. 1, 3, 5, 7. 1, 2, 3. 7, 5, 3, 1. 1, 2, 3. 3, 5, 7, 9. 1, 2. Think about it. 2. Ready. Now 9, 7, 5, 3. 1, 2. Think about it. 2. Ready. Finally, we come upon the 3, 2, 1, 7. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. I wanted to use an example of a 2-5-1. On each of these, you can play the 4-note cells, 4 eighth notes, and connect them, landing on the 1. Here are a few examples. I'm going to use 1, 2, 3, 5, 3, 2, 1, 7. A 1, 2, 1, 2, 3. Now I'm going to use 9, 7, 5, 3 for the 2 chord, 1, 2, 3, 5 for the 5 chord. Then on the 1 chord, I'm going to do 1, 2, 3, 5. 1, 2, a 1, 2, re. I will do one more example. Let's do 3, 2, 1, 7 for the 2 chord, 3, 5, 7, 9 for the 5 chord, and then 5, 3, 2, 1 for the 1 chord. 1, 2, a 1, 2, re. What you should find is that all these patterns very clearly and cleanly outline the harmony. That is exactly what you want to be doing when you are first learning to play a challenging bridge such as Have You Met Miss Jones? After you have been able to play all of these 4-note cells, 1, 2, 3, 5, 1, 3, 5, 7, you have to do that on every single chord. So if I'm looking at the concert instrument chords, B flat major 7, A flat minor 7, D flat 7, G flat major 7, E minor 7, A 7, D major 7, A flat minor 7, D flat 7, G flat major 7, C 7, B flat 7. You should be able to do all of these basic patterns on all of those chords. But remember, I have broken this down to be as easy as possible for you to start building your bebop vocabulary. All you really have to know is 1, 2, 3, 5, and then be able to do it in reverse. 1, 3, 5, 7 in reverse. 3, 5, 7, 9 in reverse. And then finally, 3, 2, 1, 7, 3, 2, 1, 7, 3. And get to your resolution. Everything about the bridge of Have You Met Miss Jones is about challenging and creative ways to make the notes in harmony connect. The second step, after you have successfully learned how to play all these patterns, are figuring out how to connect them. There are 2 rules that you want to use to make this happen. Number 1, you want to try to connect chords using as little space and step as possible. You don't want to go from wide intervals like this that sounds kind of cool, but in reality, you want to connect using a half step or a whole step. Here is an example of that. A good rule of thumb is if you cannot sing it, then it is not good voice leading. The second rule here is that you need to use octave displacement. That means if your line goes down and you want to connect to a note that's higher, you want to jump the octave somewhere within the line. Since you are using chords, mostly arpeggios here, you never actually end up jumping an entire octave. For example, if I'm looking at my G major 7 and I want to go 7, 5, 3, 1, I can do an octave displacement. So I can reach to another chord and make it make sense. So instead of going F sharp, D, B, G, going down for the G, I'm going to jump up to a G, which can help me connect to another chord. In my case, the following chord is an F minor 7. So I'm going to go F sharp, D, B, G, A flat, which will get me to the third of A flat minor. And that helps me do good voice leading. Sometimes you will limit the range based on the range of your instrument. If I'm doing that same G7, F sharp, D, B, I don't have a G below that, so I have to go up an octave. To connect the chords. I'm going to play one more example, and I'm going to talk through it for you, and I'm going to speak in my E flat alto saxophone key. What I'm going to do is I'm going to create this solo using the 4-note scales. I'm going to draw it on here live for the video, and then when I do the video in post-production, I'm going to put down the end result so you can see it. I'm going to begin by using that 7, 5, 3, 1 with the octave leap. And then I'm going to connect to the 9, go 9, 7, 5, 3. So the 1 is G, going up to the 9 would be A, so it's stepwise, very close connection. F sharp, D, B, G, A, F sharp, D, B. So now I'm going to connect to F minor. My last note is B natural, so I can either go down to A flat or go up to C. Since the third of F minor 7 is A flat, I'm going to have my notes resolved down to A flat. Now that I have the A flat, I'm on the third of the F minor 7. My options starting on the third is 3, 5, 7, 9 or 3, 2, 1, 7. So I'm going to do the 3, 2, 1, 7 walk down, which connects me to the D on the B flat 7. Now that I'm on the third of the B flat 7, I'm going to go upwards. 3, 5, 7, 9. Finally, I get to the E flat major 7. And my options are to go from the C to go up to a D or go down to the B flat. So when you are landing on chords resolving, the 5th and the root are the least colorful notes to land on. So I would much rather land on a 7. So my C natural on the B flat 7 is going to go upwards to the D. So now I'm going to put a little bit of creativity into this. I'm going to use the 9, 7, 5, 3, but since we're on the 7, I'm going to go 7, 9, 5, 3. So let me play what we have so far. Over the G major 7, we have, which is pretty cool, very inside the key. On the F minor 7, B flat 7 measure, we have. Then we resolve up to the E flat 7, E flat major 7. If I put that all together, and we can hear that it's spelling the chords really well. I don't necessarily want these to all be continuous eighth notes, so I'm going to put a quarter note on that G because it's a really nice resolution. D, F, B flat, G. And then now I'm going to connect to the next chord, which is C sharp minor 7 to F sharp 7. The note that I have landed on so far over the E flat major 7 is the G, third. I want to get to a note that's really good on the C sharp minor 7. Like I've mentioned, the thirds and sevenths are the best notes. If I'm in E flat and I'm on the third, G, if I go upwards, ascending, I'll go within the key of E flat, I'll go A flat, B flat, which puts me a half step below the 7 on the C sharp minor. If I'm trying to approach the E, I would start from G, G, F, E, and I can get there as well. I like going to the 7, so I'm going to have my line ascending. So now, my E flat major 7 resolves up high and sounds like this. That B natural lands right on the C sharp minor 7 in a very creative way. And since it connects scale-wise, it is good voice leading. So now that I'm on the 7, I'm going to choose a line that uses the 7. 7, 5, 3, 1. What I'm going to do is I'm going to use another time where I try to find creative ways to make it a little more interesting. I'm going to go 7, 5, 3, 1. 7, 5, 3, 1. But I'm going to go 3, 2, 1. I'm going to make it a triplet. B, G sharp, E, G sharp, C sharp. I'm going to connect the C sharp to the C sharp of the following chord by simply tying. Now on the F sharp minor 7, I'm going to go 5, 3, 2, 1. If you remember that we can do 5, 3, 2, 1 or 3, 2, 1, 7. So I'm going to use the same type of pattern. I'm going to go 5, 3, 2, 1, 7 with a triplet. I'm also going to use octave displacement. So here is how the fourth measure of the bridge sounds. If I do the entire first line, 1, 2, 1, 2, re. And I've landed on the third of the next major chord. And I'm going to go 3, 5, 7, 9. The 9 is a very beautiful, colorful note over a major chord. So I'm going to hold it out as a half note. 3, 5, 7, 9. I'm back to the F minor 7 chord. And the 5th is just a half step below the 9 here. So I'm going to go down 1 half step to a C natural. 5, 3, 2, 1. Now I'm on the 5 of the B flat 7. I'm going to do the same pattern, 5, 3, 2, 1. I'm going to tie them together. So on F minor 7, that's the 5 again. Now from the same E flat major 7, I'm going to start from that same tied over B flat, G. In jazz, we like to do sequences in 3 sets. 5, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. But to make it a little different, I'm going to do octave displacement. 5, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1. Let me play that for you so you can hear what that sounds like. Here's that 2, 5, 1, F minor 7, B flat 7, E flat. 1, 2, right. Now, as I pointed out, I'm not a very big fan of resolving on the root. On the F minor 7, we landed on the 1, but it carried over to the next chord, which was a 5. And again, landed on the 1, carried over to the 5. So now we're going to land on the 1, but I'm going to have it go down a half step to land on the 7. When you're playing your lines, you want to purposefully land on the more colorful note. So now we're on the last chord of the bridge. I'm currently on a D natural. I have the 5, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 3, 2, 1, 7. And my D natural is very, very, very close to the C sharp, which is 1 half step lower of the next chord. So I'm going to simply go down to a C sharp. Now that I am on the C sharp, I'm going to do 3, 2, 1, 7. Now this is a unique set of chords over this song. It's a little different. Normally there's a 2, 5, 1, I think, E minor A7, but here we have A7, G7. So we are descending dominant 7s by whole step. So I'm going to do a pattern to make it match well. 3, 2, 1, 7, and I'm going to go down to the 7 over the A7, I have 3, 2, 1, 7. Then I'm going down to connect to the 7 of the G. And I'm going to do 7, 6, 5, 3. I'm going to play this bridge and see how it kind of sounds. 1, 2, whole bridge, 2, right? It works. Let me try it a little bit faster. 2, 1, 2. After you go through this process many times, you will find yourself writing some really cool, hip, and unique things. And this is how people improvise. A good friend of mine named Matthew Munisis always says, instead of jazz improvisation, spontaneous composition. And that's what this is. The only way that you get better at composing is by composing all the time until it really does become spontaneous and you can start hearing the chords and connecting these lines. This 4-note cell system is just a way to get you started. If you have any questions, please feel free to email me, and I would be happy to try to assist you in any way that I can, or help you get resources to find whatever your next steps are to get better at playing. Good luck auditioning.